Fielded in the end zone, it's Morgan. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. The give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Makes the grab outside. It's Burton. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third down, he drops to throw. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught. He's loose. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The Tigers with the 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff.
Off to the races to the right. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he punctuated that drive by ripping off a 38-yard run for 6. He'll bring it out. It's Moffitt. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Sanders. He's got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. On third down, going up top. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Looking for more room. A sweet return after the pick, and they'll have it at the 43.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wide out in motion. From the gun. Give on the inside. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
They'll test the right side. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll put the tight end in motion. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. He's looking to throw it. The sure hands, it's Burden. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Now on 2nd down. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, this is a hard defense to run against if you're going to go sideline to sideline because of that guy's speed at linebacker. He can get all the way to the perimeter, chase the quarterback down on the option, and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Catch in the middle, it's Burden. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
He'll do it himself. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads, read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender, and they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. You do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So good luck stopping him.
Now the play fake. Moving out of the pocket. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. And this one splits the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Number 17, set to kick it away.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. Clemson, 10. Auburn, 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To the air, it's Sanders. Fires deep on the run. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. Got some room to run. And after the interception, he brings it back and gets it inside the 35.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. I mean, generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Touch pass on the run. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
And the Tigers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Clemson.
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
And the extra point was good. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Here comes the offense on first down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Got room at the 35. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Auburn! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Fair catch, called for and made. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for...
Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Auburn. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
These guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Now on second and short after that pickup. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Off play action. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake, now to throw. He lofts one down the sideline. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. first down for the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
It's second down.
Second and 10 here.
3 and 25. Carrier.
Back to throw, it's Sanders. He's right on target. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
Faced with a third and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive.
29 Philly. 2-9.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment.
Gaucho.
Wants to throw on third down. And here's the third interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He'll pull it on the read. He's there to make the stop. This crowd is tearing the lid off this place. He wants to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Burden. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Tigers trying to cash it in on first and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Try to get it to the edge. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
The defense there has their backs against the wall. That's a great job of really just gearing down, getting some push up front, not giving away anything, and making that play in that time.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practiced all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. Trying to punch it in. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Trying to get to it. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got it in the middle. It's Burden. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Clemson is quick to the line. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. A shot toward the end zone and swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. On that last one, he was looking for number 3.
Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Leaves it with the running back. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Looking to throw at Sanders. Fires to the wideout. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
17. Set to kick it off.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to...
And he breaks into the open. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Leaves it with the back. No, he just flat ran over him. That gives him 100 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play, and this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38.
Get set, get set.
He's going to pass. They're bringing heat. Flips it out in the flat. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Ready.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. The run to the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Working that left side now. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
On the set.
2nd and goal for the offense.
Here we go.
Fullback's got it. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown. Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, David.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to add another. Splits the uprights. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Trying to get back in this game with that last score. It's a 13-point game as they're set to kick off. Coming out with it, it's Morgan. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. On the ground with the counter. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback on the keeper. At the 40, there he goes. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Looking to throw, it's Sanders. It's complete on the right side. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. And they finally run him out of bounds. A huge gain to wrap up the third quarter. And this defense will start the fourth on its heels.
Clemson 34, Auburn 21.
Okay, ready?
First down to start the drive after the break.
Out, 55, clear.
Looking to move it through the air. He's going for it all. He's got it. Touchdown, Tiger. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. Right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
This offense has a second down play. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really nice job by the defense getting that last stop. All third downs in games are important, but this one just feels like it's the biggest down of this game right now for this defense. If they can get off the field, they've got to give it back to their offense with as much time as possible to have a chance to win this game.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. A strike downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. He wants to throw. Looking deep down the right side. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the fourth quarter by one possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Lasso!  'Em. 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 'Em
Right back to it. And he's brought down after a nice game.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air, it's Sanders. He finds his man. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. On second down, just keeps firing. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And the defense registers their first sack, and they're bringing pressure from the second level. They're going to do a really good job in this game changing up the looks, trying to confuse this offensive line, and they did it there.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. Fires downfield, and he throws another interception. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Just going to keep it after the snap. And the ball squirted out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that right there, probably the biggest play in this game so far. The offense has the lead, and they're just trying to run the football to run this clock out. But the defense able to knock it out, jump on it. Now all of a sudden, this game has a completely different feel.
Limp leg. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Looking downfield, it's Sanders. Dances away from the heat. He'll pull it. Oh, look out, the ball's free. And the fumble is going to go out of bounds, and the offense will maintain possession. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. And he intercepts it. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. To the ground with the back. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. On the option. Got enough for the first. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Tigers.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. SMU came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Dallas had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to throw, it's Sanders. Release to the back. They almost had another interception. Is everybody clear on who's wearing which colored jerseys?
You just wonder if that last interception the quarterback threw last drive is starting to affect him and what he's seeing right now. He's seeing ghosts. Doesn't look very confident throwing the football. He's lucky the defense dropped that last throw.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Here we are late in the game, and this secondary, they are still covering. They forced the QB to hold on to it, and then he bailed out, trying to buy himself more time. And because he couldn't get rid of the football so quickly early, that allowed the pass rush to get to him.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. The clock is at 20 seconds left to play. They'll line up for an onside kick to try to pull it out. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
The quarterback takes a knee. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.